Here's the best way to get your law firm intakes filled out. Hi, Legal Funnel family. Hope you're doing well. First of all, if you are an attorney and you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and take this moment to subscribe right now. In today's video, I'll be discussing and sharing with you exactly how to get your intakes, the questions that your leads need to answer in order for you to find out whether you could take them on as a client. You could call them qualifying questions. Some people call them intakes. Whatever you want to call it. Essentially, it's a way for you to know whether you can serve this particular lead and be able to get them signed up as a client. How do you do that? Well, I'll be sharing with you exactly how to get this done. I've done this across multiple practice types. I've also consulted about this, and I've set this up for over at least a couple dozen different law firms, and I also teach it to our students. So I have a lot of insight about this. So make sure, again, I don't want you watching these videos just for the sake of just learning these things. Please, as you're watching, if you're getting ideas, please write down your ideas and go implement right then and then. Okay? We use a tool called JotForm to create our intakes. If you don't have a form builder, go create one for yourself. And as you watch, please watch and implement. All right? So again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe. And also, if you do get value from this video, please take a moment to give this video a like. It does really help out. All right, so let's go to the video. What you need to do first is a Google Doc of the questions you're going to be asking every single client. Doesn't matter what case type they are, but just one comprehensive list of questions. And the way to do it, because you have different types, is in the very beginning, ask, hey, what is the charge that, what were you charged with?
Yeah.
And that could open up a tree of new questions. Let me give you an example. For employment law, there could be 5 or 6 different issues. So the way that we do it is name. I usually, I don't ask the phone number. It's just like name and email up front is okay. Or just name. And then just describe like an open-ended question. And then a category type of question. So for you, is like, what were you charged with? And give them, however many options.
And so is the client filling that out online, or is a VA?
Either you could try it out. Ideally, just send it to them. Hey, fill this out. I think that will work most likely. If not, you'll have a VA just in charge of calling up the clients and getting this filled out.
Okay. And so at what point does this happen? Like after this is...
As soon as the agreement's automated, as soon as the retainer agreement is signed, automatically with the email.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So after the person hires, not...
Yeah, as soon as they hire.
Okay.
Like literally.
When I already have that information in terms of like what type of case it is.
You may already have partial information, but you don't have the complete information. So this is your full-on intake. Even though you already got some of the information, you want to they may repeat it, let them repeat it.
Got it. Okay.
And be over comprehensive.
All right.
So put that in a Google Doc and send it to Shoshana. We could give it to one of our VA support team to create you a job form.
Okay. So I mean, I have other job forms. So if I'm like preparing, I might as well just create the job form. I'm
sure
fine with that.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, so it's just name, phone number, email, and type of case, or was there?
I would do name, open-ended question. Briefly describe what happened. Third question would be, what were you charged with? And then it will be specific questions for those categories of different charges.
All right.
And at the end will be email and phone number.
Okay.
And again, Mollaei and Nick, if you guys don't have the same system, please, we can all learn from each other. And you put that into Google Doc. Make sure it's one question at a time. Create a link out of it. Make sure that you create notifications that every time this is filled out, it will send it to you and possibly your team. Make sure to turn on a PDF so you get a PDF out of it, so you can print it out, drop it off in the client folder. And then we can also create a Gmail rule that as soon as this is filled out, automatically go into this label. Hey, there's a person in charge of reviewing those. Make sure it's good. They answer all the questions you need, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. For now, I would say just create the job form. At the same time, let's go hire a VA dedicated just for serving the clients. Okay. So call it, if you want to write this down, just a client success manager. That's the title. And the task is one, just say to review, get intake forms filled out from every client. Task number two is review their answers and make sure that it's complete. If it's not, contact client via phone and text to get their questions answered. Literally write it out, ideally, like what they want to do. Third, there could be something else that they could also do for you.
Okay.
One goal is get every client who has been signed up to fill out their intake and update the tracking sheet once they have filled out the intake. An incentive, if at least 90% of clients have filled out intake, you'll receive money. Tomorrow, put up a job post. It'll just be this person has to be able to talk on the phone. So you put salesperson who can talk to clients on the phone for a law firm.
Okay.
Simple job post. Just need to be able to talk on the phone, talk to our clients, and get the information that we need in order to be able to serve them.
All right. So then how do you, sales calls is next.
Yeah. So sales calls, let's talk about the phone receptionist service. So I feel like these are like progressions that everybody takes. Everybody first starts off with taking the phone calls themselves, then they hand it off, then they get on like reception, then go to Smith AI. But ultimately, the best is having a dedicated VA that's just in charge of taking calls, following up on calls, and signing up clients. So there's another salesperson, the same, very similar job post, salesperson to close clients on the phone for law firm. Sales and phone are like the buzzwords in the job post. Make sure that you capitalize that, whatever.
Wait, so it's going to be someone doing receptionist work and also as a salesperson?
Yep. You're gonna take calls, follow up, and close clients.
All right. And so where would I find a person like that? Because I just
Upwork.
Huh? Upwork.
Yeah. For these, I think there's still plenty of from Philippines. I'll
Yeah.
sign off it there. At the same time, you could put up a second job post and don't do Philippines and see what you get from 2 different pools.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of them.
So, and this has been effective for like criminal defense clients. I'm feeling inside, I'm feeling the hesitancy or like the skepticism on this, especially with like some of the conversations that I've had with potential clients. Like, and I'm sure you've gotten this resistance before, but I'm just, yeah.
That's fine. So if you try it out, maybe hire somebody from the US.
Yeah.
If you feel more comfortable with that. It's still worth it for you. Even, $15 an hour is still worth it for you. Obviously.
But I mean, there's a gap between someone, being able to pick up the phone and have a, bright, smiley conversation and being welcoming and being able to like close someone who's, being charged with assault or whatever. Like it just, the complexity of sometimes the conversations that I end up having to have with people.
Because you haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
That's how you feel. But I promise you, you have to build them up. You have to give them what to ask.
Yeah.
Have the sympathy. Again, you have to guide them. But I promise you, you learned this somehow. Anyone else, other people could too. It is complete loss. I know. Just go for it. Trust me. Just go for it. And just be patient in the first month. Second month, you'll be very happy.
All right. Yeah, because leads just cost too much for me to lose them because I let somebody else.
You're not gonna lose them. Again, if you have the right structure,
Yeah.
You give them, it's very clear what they need to do. You give them a goal, you give them an incentive on top too,
Yeah.
and just hire personality. If you think a male would be better for this role, hire male.
Hmm.
Certain age, whatever that is, certain type, then hire like for that. But at least you got to try it out. You got to do it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the everybody has to, you have to level up, and then every time you get there, you always like, because you haven't done it, you're always like but you got to
Yeah.
get through the hump. So that's like, get through the hump.
Okay. So I can use a VA to replace my call center, which
Yes.
obviously is going to be significantly cheaper. Right now, I'm doing, we take calls 24/7. So then I presume I'd probably need to hire two of them.
For now, just you can potentially hire two at a time, but maybe find the time that you get the most calls. At least hire for that.
Yeah.
Go through the motions with that. Either one or two. I'll leave it up to you. And
And
then over time, then yeah, we will have 24/7. Or you
on
could
those,
supplement. Maybe you could supplement it with Smith AI.
got it.
Smith AI will just be those hours that you don't get as many calls,
Yeah.
but your main hours are is this VA.
Okay. That makes sense. And that'll be significantly cheaper.
Cheaper and more effective because they're dedicated to you.
Right.
They have an incentive to go follow up. Smith AI doesn't do follow ups.
Okay.
Right? Everything comes from follow ups. And I would say that is more than enough for you. So for you, it's created um, intake job form, hire a client success manager, hire another salesperson. For that, also they may, in the beginning, if you maybe they don't know how to qualify, then you may need to make a qualification job form. This employment law is more complex than criminal defense, I would assume.
Yeah.
We're setting up clients to do this. Um, just to give you some light in the tunnel for this employment law. Um, a VA. So we have a VA who goes, just literally has this job form and calls up our leads to get the intake filled out. And their job, they get access to DocuSign. And I set up a Zapier automation of see how many clients that they're signing up at that DocuSign. So
Mm.
signing up, they sign up just from beginning of the month, like at least like 30, 40. And this employment law
Well,
is the one that you're seeing. This exact one.
so a VA is doing the sales calls.
Yep. And the sales call is essentially just get this intake filled out.
Uh-huh.
This intake answers is sent to the lawyer, and he receives it on his phone, reviews it quickly, goes on Slack, says this is good, go ahead and sign him up. Right away, it follows up and sends a DocuSign.
So I mean, I'm a little confused as to how that works. Like, where does the sort of that like the actual selling take place? Like the client is on the fence between a number of options or what have you. Like who's actually having that conversation?
The VA is, and more or less the conversations are the same. They have trust, they have doubts about whether you could do it. So that's
Yep.
where you provide them reviews. You will make a page or testimonials page that usually really honestly that's like the best thing you could do. And if need be, hey, they could connect with you. Hey, I could schedule you in to talk to Jamal for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe you could come in and just close them last second.
That would be good. How would I make that happen?
A dedicated VA,
Yeah.
train them to fully close. If need be, you could call me and you could do a live transfer if need be.
Okay.
These are people that are trained in sales, so they'll be able
Right.
to, again, but you have to give them the structure, or you have to give them reviews or things to be able to use.
Yeah. Yeah.
Videos, testimonials, brochures, whatever that is.
Right.
It up over time. But
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I send out a a report that has like screenshots of a bunch of 5-star reviews and our process and everything. And
perfect.
I notice an appreciable difference when, even for me, when I get on the phone with somebody who like didn't review the report, then
Okay.
it's a completely different tone of the conversation.
That's exactly it. You do it
Yeah.
on Zoom. Make sure the calls are on Zoom, by the way.
Yeah.
And they literally, let them talk. Okay, great. This is exactly what we can help you with. Look at our past people. Remember the legal funnel class is like proof, proof, proof. That's it.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Is there any
Mhm.
reason why you wouldn't want to move forward? Why is this important for you? Again, if they're good in sales, they'll ask the right questions.
Yeah.
And it just, it'll be easy. It'll be
All right.
yeah. You just need
Okay.
that one page.
Yeah. All right.
I would say that's more than enough for you. We could, and then we'll get to this is also important for you to do. But I would say do that first, and then let me just mention it to you. So basically, if you want, we could write down the top 5 questions that people usually ask, and we will to make Loom videos for each one, and then in Loom you'll be able to make a call to action. So for example, be able to run instead of Loom, it says call to action. Okay. Call to action, and just say you have your Calendly link. Book a call, book a free consult. As they so imagine either somebody asks a question, you send this video, you answer the question, and then in all your videos you say, hey, this is your answer. The next step is book a free consult with my team.
Oh.
So we can answer if you have any other questions, we can answer for you, blah, blah.
Okay. And so this is for like if I get a message on social media or something like that.
Yep.
Okay.
And top 5 questions for now.
All right. And so that's with that versus will a Vimeo have like a call to action? Just because I don't know if I'm always just sharing the screen. Okay.
No.
Got it. Okay. Got it.
But for now, just come up with your 5 questions if you can. Yeah. You can even use your YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Actually. But just make a list of 5 top questions. If you make it, yeah. And then you give it to your sales or whoever. Anytime they ask these questions, just send this.
Okay. And then will that be the same for, after the client retains, there's also the same like 5 to 10
idea.
questions people have. Okay.
Same idea. Yeah. Every time that they send up a client, you have to send them to a video. Hey, fill out this intake to watch this video.